Hello, this is a quick tutorial on installing Kennel Connection 7.0 with a previously running version of SQL Server. So to get started, we're going to go ahead and download the Kennel Connection 7 software. And we're going to head right to our support center to do so. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and log into the support center with our credentials. And if you don't know your credentials, let us know and we can certainly provide those to you. Okay, and once successfully logged into the support center, over on the left hand side under the download center, click on full installations and choose the Kc7 download. Since I'm using Internet Explorer, it asks me if I prefer to run or save. I'm going to choose save. And the file will download. It should just take a few seconds depending on your internet speed. And once the full install downloads, we're going to go ahead and also get the latest update. So again, back over to the left under Download Center. This time click on Updates and choose the latest Kc7 update. And again, I'm going to save. Alright, now we have both files downloaded, so I'm going to go ahead and close Internet Explorer. And I'm going to go to my Downloads folder. And we're going to run the Kc7 Setup first because that's the actual install of the software. And I recommend right-clicking and choosing Run as Administrator. Alright, and we're going to choose Next, accept the licensing agreement, Next. Always make sure it installs to C/Kc7 and click Next. And simply click Install. And the install should just take a few seconds here depending on your computer's speed. And once it's done, click Finish. And you can see the desktop icons are now here, the software and the backup restore utility. And now we're going to go ahead and install the latest update as well. And the nice thing about the Kc7 updates, unlike the previous versions, you click Next and it automatically knows where to install the file. And we click Finish. So now we have the software installed and the latest update. Okay, now in previous versions of Kennel Connection, you would normally have to configure the wkennel.ini file to point to your SQL server. This actually has a built-in wizard that will do that for you. So all we got to do is launch the software. I'm going to double-click the desktop icon. And this is going to open up a Kc7 configuration wizard. And once the wizard is on the screen, we're going to click Next. And this is my main or server computer, so I'm going to click the first option and click Next again. And right now it's looking for other previously installed and running SQL Server instances. And in this scenario, we already do have one because we had Kennel Connection 6 running on SQL Server. So this should detect it. Okay, and it did. If it did not, and you did not have any SQL Server running, this next screen would be an area where you could download and install the software. So what we're going to do in this case, because we've had Kc7 on this same machine running with SQL Server, we're going to go ahead and click the Get Settings from Previous Version. And what that does is it automatically looks at your Kc7 INI file, your configuration settings, and takes the SQL settings that you used and imports them into Kc7. Now you could also choose manually by clicking the drop down, selecting your SQL Server, and then manually entering the SQL Server ID and password. The other option here is to download and install another SQL instance anyway. In some circumstances, you may want to keep Kennel Connection 7 completely separate from another instance of SQL you have on your machine. It may be for some other software. So if that's the case, simply click this download and install anyway, and it'll download a new and separate SQL instance specifically for Kc7. You definitely want to make sure that your computer has enough resources to handle 2 versions of SQL running. Once we're done here, you'll notice the Finish button is grayed out. We have to click Test first to make sure our settings work. And that succeeded, so we click OK, and now click Finish. And because this is the first time we've installed Kennel Connection 7.0 on this machine, it automatically restores a blank demo database. So at this point, you could enter your business name. And for the purpose here, I'm just going to choose a couple settings. You can obviously fill all these out. We'll click Continue. Make sure you read each screen as it provides you information you need to use the software. I'm going to choose the modules that I want to demo. And it gives you a 30-day full access trial to our software. So you can go ahead and add your client data and change the settings, whatever you need to learn how to use the software. If you already have a Kc7 database from a prior install, you can use the backup restore utility to restore your Kc7 database and continue working. Or if you need to upgrade from Kc6 to Kc7, you can use the upgrade utility to upgrade your data and follow the upgrade instructions in our knowledge base. One thing to keep in mind, if you are going to have workstations that connect to this main machine, it's a good time to go ahead and set the permissions for your Kc7 folder. So simply open up Computer or File Explorer, go into your C drive, and right mouse click on Kc7 and choose Properties. Click the Sharing tab and click the Share button. We want to share with everyone. Click Add, and then set the permission level for everyone to read and write. And click Share. So now your Kc7 folder is shared, and you can map your drives from your workstations directly to this folder. And that takes care of installing Kennel Connection 7 with a previously running version of SQL Server on the computer. And if you have any questions, please give us a call. Thanks.